Welcome to JSB's YouTube channel From Confusion to Clarity, Chapter 6 Sorting. The main topics are Introduction to Sorting, Bubble Sort, Selection Sort, Insertion Sort, and Time Complexity of Algorithms. The weightage in the examination from this chapter is 10 marks, 2 questions under multiple choice question, one question from part C 3 marks, one question under part E which is 5 marks. Summary of this chapter: you have to study the definition of a sorting, what is the meaning of sorting, the process of placing or rearranging a collection of elements into a particular order is known as sorting. The three sorting algorithms discussed in this chapter are bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort. Now, what is bubble sort? The simplest sorting algorithm that works by repeatedly swapping the adjacent elements in case they are unordered in n minus 1 passes. The bubble sort algorithm, the bubble sort Python program must be practiced thoroughly. And also, the tracing of bubble sort is very important. You have to practice by considering lot of values and how the bubble sort technique arranges the set of values. In steps you have to write, you have to practice a lot by considering all the three sorting techniques. Apart from this, you should also know what is the basic principle of the bubble sort, selection sort, and the insertion sort. In bubble sort, which element is first arranged and what is the position of that element? Please concentrate on this also. In bubble sort, the largest value will be first arranged and it will be pushed to the end of the list in the first pass. In the second pass, the next largest element will be pushed to the last. Like this, all the elements will be arranged. Finally, the smallest element will be placed in the first element. Coming to the selection sort, what is the definition of a selection sort? What is the algorithm of selection sort? What is the function? In Python programming language, you have to practice. Apart from this, very important, tracing of selection sort must be practiced by considering different set of values. You should also concentrate on the basic principle of selection sort. The definition of the selection sort is the smallest element is selected from the unsorted array and swapped with the leftmost element, and that element becomes a part of the sorted array. That means in selection sort, it finds the smallest element in the set of values and the first element and the smallest element will be interchanged in their positions. in the first pass. In the second pass, the next smallest element will be find out, and that will be replaced, or that will be interchanged with the second element, and this process goes on till the n minus 1. Remember, in bubble sort, in selection sort, and in insertion sort, the total number of passes are n minus 1. There is no change in number of passes for different sorting techniques. Coming to the insertion sort, in the insertion sort, it places the element of a list at its suitable place in each pass, and it is similar to arranging cards, playing cards at its right position while playing cards. So you can quote the principle that we follow in while playing cards. The same principle is used in the insertion sort method. That is, it starts from the second element and it finds the suitable place in the left side of the list. Like this, all the elements will be find its suitable place at the left side of the list. This method also you have to practice the algorithm, you have to practice what the function of insertion sort in Python programming, and also you should practice the trace of insertion sort by considering different set of values. There is one more topic at the end of the chapter that discuss about the complexity of the algorithm. What is complexity algo- analysis? The complexity analysis is performed to explain how an algorithm will perform when the input grows larger. That means for 5 set of values or 100 set of values or 250 set of values, what will be the time complexity? There are three different time complexity discussed in this chapter. One is constant time algorithm, linear time algorithm, and quadratic time algorithm. Please concentrate on this particular topic also. Now let us move on to the kind of question that come from this chapter. The question is under 1 mark question. Remember, there are two multiple choice questions coming from this chapter. In bubble sort, while sorting in ascending order, which element reaches its correct position after the first pass? Which element? You should imagine, just imagine few numbers. Okay. Generally, which element will its correct position after the first pass? Here, the largest element reaches to its correct position after the first pass is the correct answer. Now, look at the options. The options are the smallest element, the middle element, the largest element, or the second largest element. The answer is in bubble sort, the largest element will reach to its correct position after the first pass. In the second pass, the second largest element. And in the third pass, third largest element. Finally, the smallest element. So the correct answer is the largest element. The next question is assertion. In selection sort, the smallest element is selected in each pass and placed in its correct position. B. The selection sort, in selection sort, the nth element is the last and it is already in place. The nth element. Now let us study what are the options. A is true, B is false. A is false, B is true. A and B are true, A and B are false. What is the correct answer? The A. In selection sort, the smallest element is selected in each pass. That is correct, and it is placed in its correct position. It is also correct. The second one, the in selection sort, the nth element is the last and it is already in place. The nth element. Remember, how many passes are required to organize either in ascending or in descending order? N minus 1 times. Hence, nth element is the last element and it is already in place. Hence, the option C is correct answer. A and B are true. The next question. Changing the position of two elements with each other means the options are sorting, hashing, swapping, searching. Swapping is the correct answer. The nested loop will have the time complexity as nested loop. A loop within the loop is called nested loop. What is the time complexity of nested loop? The answer is n square. Log n is incorrect, 1 is incorrect, and n is also incorrect. The correct answer is n square. The time complexity of a quadratic time algorithm is n square. So let us look at the answer. The answer is a n square only. It is not n cube or log n or 1. The next question is the number of passes required to sort a list of size 100 using bubble sort is. What is the number of passes required? 100 values are there. N represents 100. So the number of passes for bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort, as I said, is n minus 1. If n is 100, so n minus 1, 100 minus 1 is 99. Let us see the option 100, 1000, 10 or 99. What is the answer? 99 is the correct answer. Next we move on to 2 marks question. The next question is the number of passes required to sort a list of size 100 using bubble sort is, again the question is repeated, 100, 1000, 10 or 99. The answer is 99. The time complexity of a quadratic time algorithm is, again the question appeared many times, so you can expect any question from quadratic time. The time complexity. Remember the time complexity, the three time complexities you have to study and understand. So, what is the time complexity of quadratic time? It is n square. The next question is which sorting algorithm finds smallest element and puts it in correct position? That is, smallest element it finds every time is selection sort. In bubble sort, the largest element will be placed at the end in the first pass. In insertion sort, every time the position, most appropriate position of the current value in the sorted list will be placed in the insertion sort. Anyhow, there is no quick sort for you. So there are only three sorting methods: bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort. To- For this question, the correct answer is selection sort. The time complexity of a bubble sort is, what is the time complexity of a bubble sort? Any sorting technique discussed in your second year PUC is n square. Say quadratic time complexity. So the quadratic time is n square, the correct answer. Next, we move on to 3 marks question category. One 3 marks question. The question may come like this: define constant time algorithm or constant time complexity, linear time algorithm or nothing but linear time complexity, quadratic time algorithm or quadratic time complexity. You can define what is constant time, linear time, and quadratic time with an example. Each will get you 1 mark. Write a bubble sort algorithm to sort a list in ascending order. As I mentioned earlier, it is very important to study algorithm, program, and the tracing of all the three sorting techniques. Any sorting algorithm may ask you to write the algorithm, which comes for 3 marks. What is basic principle behind bubble sort? The basic principle behind bubble sort, in every passes it will find the largest element and it will put in the end. That is the basic principle of bubble sort. You should also study what is the basic principle of selection sort. The basic principle of selection sort is it finds every time the smallest value and that will be interchanged in the first value, first element position in the first pass, second element position in the second pass, third element position in the third pass. Like this, you should answer. Write an algorithm to sort an element using selection sort. You see here, algorithm, they may ask for 3 marks. Hence, I said, practicing bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort is very important. The next question is write an algorithm to sort elements using bubble sort technique. The question is repeated. We move on to the 5 marks question category. How 5 marks question comes? Look here. The question appears like this. Write the process to sort the following elements using insertion sort method: 80, 60, 20, 40, 50, 10. These are the values that comes along with the question. For this, in first step, what is the arrangement? In second step, what is the arrangement? In third step, what is the arrangement? Like this you have to write. So you have to practice. This is called tracing. Okay, in the first step, okay, 60, 80. In the second step, it is 20, 60, 80. In the third step, 20, 40, 60, 80. In the fourth step, which one is the fourth element here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 50 is the element. So the answer is 20, 40, 50, 60, and 80. Finally, the last step, 10, 20, 40, 50, 60, and 80. Like this you have to write. So each step will give you 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. What is the total number of marks? 5 marks. This is what I call as the trace. It is also important to mention it is the first pass, and this is the second pass, and this is the third pass, and this is the fourth pass, and this is the fifth pass. Okay, so it is very easy when you practice considering different set of values. Okay, now we move on to the second question. The second question is arrange the below elements using insertion sort algorithm. As you can see here, 4, 3, 10, 1, minus 6, and 2. So using insertion sort algorithm, you have to practice this. So like this only, just now I did no, like that you should. You should start from 3. So in the first step, 3 and 4. In the second step, it is 3, 4, 10. In the third step, it is 1, 4. Oh, sorry, 1, 3, 4, 10. In the fourth step, it is minus 6, 1, 3, 4, 10. And the last step, it is minus 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 10. Like that answer. So you have to write in step. Next is perform selection sort algorithm. Okay. Perform selection sort algorithm on the following list of elements correctly and neatly, showing the various passes while sorting in ascending order. So this question is asking you to select, to arrange the list of values using selection sort algorithm. Okay, in the selection sort algorithm, it finds the lowest value, and that lowest value will be placed, that will be placed where, that will be placed in the, okay, here which one is the lowest value? So 55 is the lowest value, and this lowest value will be interchanged with the first element. Okay, and this value comes here. So what is the answer? In the first pass, it is 55, 88, 77, 65, and 99. Then in the second pass, what is the lowest value? The lowest value in the second pass is 65. This 65 will be interchanged between the second element in the second pass. Hence, 55, 65, 77, 88, 99. Now, in the third pass, which one is the smallest element? The smallest element is 77. Hence, the same without any interchange. So, it will retain its position. But you should write. You should write. And in the fourth pass, the smallest element is 88, but there is no interchange. It will retain its position. You have to write that. In the fifth pass, 99 is there. That is the lowest element. That will be at the end only. Like this, you should write. Next is write the process to sort the following element using bubble sort. Again, in steps only, you have to sort these many elements. So, in the first pass, using bubble sort, Which one is the, it will start from 46. So the bubble sort process arranges the values. So the 46 and 32 will be interchanged, and 46 and 23 will interchange. 46 and 4 will be interchanged. 46 and 6 will be interchanged. And 46 minus 2 will be interchanged. So in the first pass, okay, so the final answer is 32, 23, 4, 6, minus 2, and 46, like this. So I'm writing roughly. You please study properly. Okay, you practice. If you practice, you will easily, you can easily score 5 out of 5 marks from this chapter. So everyone can easily score. There is no need of writing any steps, I mean algorithmic steps. No need to write any program, Python program. You just has to write how are the values are organized in every steps. The another question is also discuss about arranging the set of values using selection sort, follow the same method. So the questions under 5 marks is mainly concentrated on tracing of different sorting algorithms. You practice more and more such values.